releasing the feeling of unworthiness. We're releasing the feeling of powerlessness. What we're integrating is the feeling of, you know what? I do have say in this. I can speak my boundary. I do have the ability to be seen, heard, and felt in my authentic energy space. Hello, gorgeous darlings. This is your intuitive yogi, Concha. Today, I want to get online and talk to y'all about this topic, which is of childhood and how we have our limits and boundaries pushed so much that when we become adults, we are now dealing with all these triggers. And so I was thinking about this and going through some experiences, and I wanted to make this video, but now I really just want to sit here and meditate. So I want to invite you to meditate with me, and when it feels right, maybe we'll get right into these beautiful topics. So why don't we do some meditation together? All right, so what I want to do is just take a moment to sit on down, and we're just going to close the eyes and breathe. And for me, after thinking about this topic, it really does feel good to just sit here and just breathe. Not doing any particular rhythm with the breath, not doing, any type of specific pranayama, but really just breathing and observing. Right, it's like I feel a lot of really heavy energy right around my chest area, right up by my throat. And so I just want to relax. And it's because, I had this topic on my heart right when I woke up. It's like sometimes I'll have dreams where my energy and my emotion is really ready to heal. And so I'll have a dream about it right before I wake up. And right when I wake up, that just means that I have to do a little bit of meditating and breathing so that I can, get into my space, right? Get into my authentic space, which has nothing to do with that energy that I was triggered. Maybe there's still a little bit to clear. So breathing here just feels good. And I'm just allowing myself to relax and soothe my energy around the idea of what I wrote down. And I'll just read what I wrote down, and then we'll get back into our meditation. I wrote, we all have these issues as adults because as kids, our boundaries and limits were pushed. Through life, we had to learn to speak up so as to not allow what our parents thought was okay, right? When they broke our boundaries, like when we had to do something that we knew was wrong, when our parents made us do something that we absolutely knew was wrong, but we had to do that anyway. So as adults, we get triggered and upset fast, right? Because we're triggered, and it's time to unlearn that. Right? It's like, have you ever had one of those situations when you're a kid where, for example, your parents wanted you to wake up really early to go do something that maybe you didn't really want to do. There was really no reason for you to go, but obviously you had to go because, you can't stay at home alone when you're a child. So basically you have this energy of complete disempowerment and complete powerlessness to the situation. So basically what happens is that so basically what happens is that when we're kids, our boundaries are pushed, and we're actually taught to not listen to our own boundaries because, you know, our parents are obviously our caretakers, and we have a lot of stuff that we need them for, like shelter, food, you know, and love, connection, and all of that other stuff. So basically, we're taught to behave in a way that just doesn't even resonate with our internal guidance system. So we are completely powerless to whatever our parents want or need us to do. I understand to a degree, right? I understand that sometimes, you know, you're not able to please your child. We're on a time constraint. We just live in a society that's really not conducive to getting trauma. All of us are gonna have major trauma just simply because of the society that we live in, right? It's not like anybody's specifically to blame. However, there's a fine boundary along with that as well. So we learn all of these ways that the world works, and we're supposed to be okay even though we're not okay with that. And so we're kind of trained out of this internal guidance system, right? Our own natural way of doing things. We're trained so far out of what we want and what we know is right for ourselves that by the time we get older, by the time we turn into an adult, we're questioning what's good for us. We're questioning what's right for us. And I think that's why so many times we're really looking for, you know, a psychic to help guide us, right? Someone to help guide us. We're looking for inspiration. It's almost like we need to be validated to go forth with what it is that we know we need to do and that we know we want to do. But it's just that for so many years, what we wanted was not gonna fly, as parents say. So we had to cope by basically doing everything that our parents wanted us to do. So now that we're adults, we're like, okay, what should I do? And so it's really time to unlearn these qualities. It's really time to find that deep alignment that feels good for you. What I am learning is to lean in when it feels good, to lean in, right? Because then that energy is going to catch you. So if you just lean in towards it, right? It's not that you are saying yes or saying no when you've never said that before. You're leaning into it. You're like pondering it, maybe a really subtle energy space, right? Because when we go asking, we get a response right away. They're like, oh yeah, you should do that. Oh no, you shouldn't do that. But really, we're kind of right in the cusp of where should I go with this? And sometimes we just need to lean in to, okay, what am I feeling on this, right? How does it feel? What is feeling right for me? What is feeling authentic for me right now in this moment? We're releasing the feeling of unworthiness. We're releasing the feeling of powerlessness. What we're integrating is the feeling of, you know what? I do have say in this. I can speak my boundary. I do have the ability to be seen, heard, and felt in my authentic energy space. Let's just take a deep breath in. And let's do 3 more just like that. Just and you might not feel better completely right away. Maybe you will, but maybe you won't, right? But it's all good, right? Because you're being honest with how you feel, and that is the most important thing, okay? So the best way to get to a better place in your space is by acknowledging right where you are. Okay, so it's all good. And yeah, thank you for watching this. Thank you for being part of this. And I will see you all for the next video, okay? So I'll see y'all later. Bye.